Today, we're going to talk about how to make drummers love you with one simple tip. Hey guys, it's James here from eBass Guitar and welcome to another episode of Toby and James Chat Bass. This is all about sharing secrets from real gigs, and we've got one killer tip for you today which is really going to help you play with drummers. Toby, what is that tip?
So this tip is all about how to make your band sound tight and how to lock in with the drummer. Essentially, this top tip, James, is to play at the same time as the kick drum.
So to show you how this works, we are going to pick 4 bass grooves and we are going to surprise each other because we haven't heard these grooves before, and we are going to pick out the kick drum part. We're going to use one chord sequence throughout it. And what is that chord sequence, Toby?
The chord sequence we're going to be using is E, C sharp minor, A and B.
So a really common chord sequence that you'll see in countless songs, and we're going to change the groove according to what the drums are doing. So let's crack straight on with it.
So James, do you want to give me a drum beat to start off?
Let's do it. Here I have one called a Big Time 150. Let's go for it.
Oh, I like this, quite electro. So one thing I'm noticing with this is it's got a really short snare. So I'm going to choke off my note when that snare hits to make it pop even better. I've got... It's that little accent there. Here it comes. With that bass line, James, there didn't appear to me to be a lot of room to be messing around with notes. So I tried to stick in some fills, but it wasn't really cooking. I think with that particular 80s kind of synthy style drum beat, sticking on the root notes and choking off when that snare comes in seemed to be the best approach.
Absolutely, and just locking in with that kick drum, because the beautiful thing is when the kick and the bass works together, they become a sum of their parts and it sounds really, really, really huge. So Toby, let's move on to groove number 2. What have you got?
So this is one for you, James, and let's have a go at R&B groove 90.
And I've got no idea what's coming up here. Let's take the same tempo and see what it sounds like.
James, I really love that groove, and one thing that I really liked there were the passing notes that you were playing using the major scale. Tell me about what was going through your head when you came up with that groove.
So what I was doing is I was listening out for those kick drum parts to begin with, and what you heard was dung, gum. You got 2 very strong beats on the front of the bar, so I wanted to really mark those dung, dung, and then it started getting a little bit more syncopated off beat. So dung, gung, gung, gung. That felt like it just wanted to sit on the root note, and then at that point in the bar, that's where I felt like the passing notes could come in and link them together. So dung, dung, gung, 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 dung, gung, gung, bum, 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 bum. That's what kind of sat in my head that was popping out there. Also, as I went further into it, I was finding that I could put more dead notes in there just to kick it along. So dung, 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 dung. So just to give it that little extra bit of momentum, it felt quite nice to me.
Yeah, definitely gave me vibes of Lovely Day by Bill Withers.
Absolutely, similar groove. So guys, we're about halfway through this video now. Got a very quick favour to ask before we get back to the grooves. If you're not subscribed to the eBass Guitar channel and you're enjoying this video and getting a ton of value from it, please can you hit the red subscribe button somewhere around this video. What this means is you'll be the first to know when a new video goes live, and what this means for us at eBass Guitar is we can keep getting guests in like Toby to create great free bass educational content for our YouTube channel. So please hit that red subscribe button and it will really help the world go round.
All right, James, my turn. Find me a drum beat.
Okay, so I've got one here called Dodo 130. Let's find out what it sounds like.
Oh. Oh, boom, 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 oh, oh, dum. I like how it's a 2-bar groove.
Yeah, nice.
Silly.
So Toby, before I give you my take on that, I'm really curious, what was your thought process to putting that together?
I saw that the drum beat was over 2 bars, and I really wanted to utilise that by playing 1 chord per bar, so it was slightly different on the 2nd chord and the 4th chord. Thought that was really nice. I then used linking notes from the E major pentatonic to link all those chords together.
Cool. And one thing that I really liked about what you were doing is that you kept the first half of the bar as the groove, so dunk, dum. Then there were some extra kick drum notes that you locked up with those really nicely to create your passing notes, which I thought was really powerful, not having important notes of the groove on the root note. I thought it added some real variety to it. So great job there.
Thanks very much. Yeah, gave it some bounce. Yeah, it was a good drum beat, that one.
So let's move on to groove number 4. Toby, what have you got for me?
Oh, I've got an extremely chilled out drum beat for you this time. Incredibly easy, really, really chilled out. So I've got for you Assassin B.
Okay, let's find that. What?
Really chill. I'm sorry, I heard that one and it was so ridiculous. I thought you would love it.
Well, it's safe to say it took me a moment to find where on earth that pocket was. So that is more of the heavy rock thing going on there, heavy metal rather than. And what I chose to do there is, after about a few attempts going around, I found this groove in it. But the second part of that bar was so ridiculous and really hard to fit a bass line to do. What I thought is I'd just let the bass drums be the star of the show, because you don't necessarily have to line up every single note with the kick drum. Just some is good enough, or it can be really musical at the same time. So sometimes simplifying it can be really, really useful.
That's right, it sounded almost like a call and response you were doing, which I think was really beneficial. In fact, I think I've got a pick in here, and if you play it, if you play the Assassin B, I'm going to try and do it kind of a metal thing, but do a call and response.
Okay, let's hear your take on this.
Right.
That works really nicely because you're not trying to pick out every single note, you're just taking the one important thing which is in there.
I think it really heightens the drummer as well.
So I'm going to give you one more bonus one, as Toby just completely stitched me up there with a style that I'm completely unfamiliar with playing and really have never created any bass lines in before. I think I'm going to throw a real curveball at him, something that he hasn't heard. This is called Funky Fusion Cross Stick, and I'm super interested what he does.
It's a clave, it's a Latin.
Oh, nice.
All right.
So guys, this is the end of the video. I really hope you've enjoyed the fun we've been having playing along with these grooves. But there's a super important tip here of really try and lock in with that kick drum. It really creates a great foundational place to start creating your grooves. So please let me know in the comments below what your one tip is to play with a great drummer.
Thanks as always, James. That was such good fun. I'm really looking forward to doing something like that with you soon.
So guys, that's the end of today's lesson. If you've enjoyed it, please head over to ebassguitar.com, check out the Bass Lab Plus. Bass Lab Plus is my step-by-step program which features great coaches like Toby Newcombe here, so you can tap into his knowledge and years of expertise, and you can find him inside the Bass Lab Plus. The Bass Lab Plus is a step-by-step program designed especially for beginner to intermediate guitar players who want to take their bass guitar playing to that advanced level. So I'd love you to take it for a test drive. So what I'm going to do is put a link in the description below where you can check it out. Cheers, I've been James from ebassguitar.com, and I'll see you next time.